My people, my values, my Africa. No one will tell us what it means to be African. We will decide for ourselves. We are rising. Our future is in our hands, not yours. While you destroy, we will build. While you plunder, we will invest. While you burn, we will plant. While you preach hate, we will preach respect. We are the koi and the sand. We are from Europe and Asia and Africa. We build farms and schools and places of worship. We built hospitals and universities. We built roads and railways, and we brought electricity. We built a parliament and introduced democracy. We created our own African language. We are Kaaps and Afrikaans. We are Xhosa and Anglo. We did not vote for you. We will not allow you to create another Zimbabwe here. This is our home. This is our future. This is the Cape of Good Hope. We are the Western Cape people.
You'll be up against the status quo. You'll be up against the establishment. You'll be up against the big corporates. You'll be up against constitutional challenges. Have you got the heft? Have you got the experience? Have you got the team of people that can genuinely fight this? Having public sympathy is one thing, but actually battling against the establishment is really tough.
It absolutely is tough, but that's where the fun is. It's an inspiring movement of people that come together from the ground, and actually what we've achieved so far already is just nothing short of remarkable. I love Winston Churchill quotes, and my favourite one is, "History shall be kind to me, for I intend to write it."
This is really quite extraordinary. South Africa, a beautiful place, but a failing state in all regards. Regular major power outages, law and order, totally out of control. Some people have simply had enough. And a new political party was launched this week based on what the Brexit Party did.
Today, we squander our faith and hope on those who currently lead us.
We are subsidising ANC incompetence and corruption in the rest of South Africa.
Our current situation is not sustainable.
In the Western Cape, we have the highest murder rate in the world.
More and more economic migrants lead to the Cape, whilst on the other hand, taxpayers leave.
We are the referendum party, and the weeds that are destroying our country, we will pull out by the roots.
Cape independence offers us an alternative future, a better future.
The other future, the Western Cape breaks away from South Africa. It takes control of its own destiny.
We want to create an example of a successful first world country that all of Africa can follow.
Where poverty is the exception, not the norm.
In 2024, the Western Cape will be choosing between two possible futures.
If you want a referendum to be held on Cape independence, then you are going to have to vote for it in 2024.
And a vote for the referendum party is a vote for this first world future.
A future in which we and our children want to remain in the Western Cape rather than leave.
We are going to win, and look, we're a long way down the road. We've already made mayhem politically here, and we're only just getting started.
I'm going to watch this with very great interest, because I think if you succeeded, you might find a lot of us might want to come and live there.
This is our land. We must fight for our rights.
And it's now time for us to have this conversation in public. The character of the Western Cape is changing, and it's changing illegally. %30 of the current Western Cape population was not born here.
When Jan van Riebeeck landed in the Western Cape, our problems began. It's a historic fact.
371 years ago, Jan van Riebeeck and 90 others landed in Cape Town and established a settlement. Today, this act would be illegal, but in 1652, it was not. He acted within the laws of his time. Despite this, the many coloured and white descendants who can trace their lineage back 15 generations to these early settlers are still vilified, called land thieves and told to go home.
So this over-concentration of colours in the Western Cape is not working for them. They are in oversupply where they are.
In contrast, over the last few years, nearly 1 million people have broken the law and illegally settled land in the Western Cape. They are quite literally land thieves, but nobody would dare to use this term. Non-racialism is a founding principle of the South African Constitution, but sadly, in present-day South Africa, this is a farce.
People who kill one of us, who kill 5 of you, who kill the children, who kill the women, who kill anything that we find on our way.
Because South Africa isn't a country which actually believes in non-racialism. It is a country which believes in African nationalism. The majority of South Africans believe that South Africa belongs to Africans, and by this they mean black Africans.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Other races are at best tolerated and at worst are subject to the relentless racial abuse which very few are willing to call out as the racism which it truly is.
Majority of Indians are racist.
And what did the ANC's response? They painted the entire community of Phoenix as racist Indians, marching down the streets holding placards saying all Indians are racist. Those people have got a lot to answer for. These are individuals and people in that community who stood up for themselves and stood up when this government let them down. You need to apologize for that. No, I'm not going to apologize.
And our society habitually tries to silence those who promote genuine non-racialism by calling them racist.
Verlede week het my wêreld verander. 'n Foto wat ek geneem het van 'n gelukkige klas vol kindertjies op hulle eerste skooldag is deur opportuniste teen my kinders en my skool gebruik. En ek wat hulle probeer kalm hou. Terwyl ek self moet toe kyk hoe my lewe verwoes word.
I am a non-racialist, and long ago I made a decision that set me free. I decided that I couldn't care less if people wanted to call me racist. I'm not going to be bullied into silence by a mob who haven't worked out yet that they are the racists and not me.
Why do you keep seeing me as a white person and not just a person? I'm just a person. Yeah, and every time you talk about me, you keep talking about a white person. I'm just a person.
I will answer to God and to my conscience for my actions. But as for the mob, the louder they scream, the more I like it. It just means that my words have found their target. At the referendum party, we propose, subject to the will of the Western Cape people, that the Western Cape closes its border with South Africa and implements strict immigration protocols which are non-racial and in line with international norms.
But the people of the Western Cape are entitled to be governed according to their own democratic will, and we're going to fight for that right, not with swords, but with pens and with words and with democracy, but we're going to fight for it nevertheless, because it's about our freedom, it's about our right to create a future for ourselves and our family and our children, and because this is our country, we belong here, and anybody who says we don't belong here can just bugger off.
If you want a referendum to be held on Cape independence, then you are going to have to vote for it in 2024.
These people who want Western Cape to become an independent state, they must know that it will not happen, because their right-wing coalition will not govern the Western Cape. Their right-wing coalition will not govern South Africa. We are going to govern South Africa, and Western Cape will not be an independent state.
We all know in our hearts, we wish we didn't, but we all know where this country is heading. We know what's going to happen if we keep on going down this path, and it's not a place where many of us want to be.
They must not try the government of the EFF, because we know what soldiers are used for.
What future, what country do you actually want to live in? The country that if you could write your own dream, if you could just close your eyes and imagine it into existence, what would the Western Cape look like?
Now, concerns mount over Volkswagen's future in South Africa. This as the automotive company continues to grapple with logistics and energy challenges.
The South African Medical Association says the National Health Insurance Bill was developed without legitimate concerns of experts.
everything else that is done in South Africa shall be done in the Western Cape.
Imagine a future where our friends who've gone overseas come back, where our children, our grandchildren want to be in this country rather than not being able to wait to leave. But it's really not too good to be true. That is the future that many people around the world already have. We can have that future. Now, it doesn't have to be something that would be beyond reach. That isn't too much to ask.
And when we're in charge of South Africa and anyone wants to take chances with the Western Cape, that person will meet the might of the state.
The only way we're going to get Cape independence is with a revolution. What's the revolution? The people of the Western Cape voting to leave South Africa, revolting against the government, revolting against the system.